What is going on, my beautiful friends and family? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm gonna be taking you through a full day of eating as I'm bulking. So I'll be showing you every morsel of food that I put into my mouth. But right now, actually really excitingly, we're about to do our first trail that I've been able to do since I got an injury recently. So it's been about, I don't know, 3-4 weeks. This is the first day back to it. I'm gonna do a short trail hike, maybe about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna get into my workout, and then we're gonna get into some food. So without further ado, let's hop on this trail. All right, like I said, this is the back trail. So I've never actually done this one before. I don't know why I haven't. I have only seen 2 people go by. Usually by now I would have seen at least 30 people. So this is pretty freaking awesome. As far as my ankle goes, so what was happening is I was going too hard too fast. So that's why I'm gonna ramp up this time. But really what I'm trying to concentrate on is putting the weight into my big toe, because I was letting the weight go to the outside of the foot, and the foot was kind of collapsing when I'd go on like a super deep decline like this. And so that was causing issues in my, like the inside of my ankle right here, tendonitis. So I'm trying to really keep the weight on my big toe. It's going really well so far. Almost done with this part. All right, back in the car, about to go to the gym, but before I do that, I wanna give a big old shout out to the sponsor of this video, Oats Overnight. So this is actually a really, really cool idea, and you could probably already put together what it is. So this company has an awesome variety of vegan flavors, from peanut butter cookie dough cacao crunch, to maple pancakes, to blueberry cobbler, to chai latte. It's really, 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 really tasty. I've had a couple at this point now. One of the things that I like is, because I'm bulking right now, I need to eat a ton of calories, but I also have a really busy day, and a lot of times I don't have time to cook, so it's nice to be able to bring something like this with me. So they send you this blender cup, and what you do is you basically just choose your packet of oats. You're gonna put 8 ounces of your favorite milk into the cup up to the 8-ounce fill line. Then you're going to tear open the packet, put the oats in, the packet in, shake it up really hard, put it in the fridge, and let it sit overnight. And after that, just shake it before you consume it. You're supposed to have it right out of the blender cup without a spoon. That is fire. I don't know if that's my favorite flavor, the cookie dough, or if my favorite flavor is the maple pancake. All the ingredients you can pronounce, they're all whole foods. This one is sweetened by maple sugar and monk fruit. Super natty ingredients, really high quality. It's also got some really good whole foods key ingredients like hemp seeds and flax seeds, maca powder, things like that. Really, really like that. And the ratio of macros is really good. Like, it's a really good calorie amount, protein amount. You're getting a ton of protein. It's over 20 grams of protein per serving. The whole thing, super fire, makes your life easy, super convenient. Definitely go check them out. You can use my discount code. I'll put it on screen. Brian Turner 15 will get you a discount on your order. They have a whole range of vegan and non-vegan stuff, so make sure you check out the vegan one. I'll put a link to all of this in the description below so you can check it out. And without further ado, I'm gonna drink this, drink a bunch of water, and then we're off to the gym. I don't know if you can see it, but I am a sweaty boy. All right, so just finished my workout. It was an upper body day. It was push day, so chest, shoulders, triceps. I'm recovering from a misplaced rib, so I pushed my rib out of place last week. So this first workout back, I was being very careful, which caused me to do lower weight, but slower exercises. And I don't know if you've like forgotten about those, if you haven't done super slow reps. If you haven't, then this week I challenge you to do really slow, because when you go through those really slow movement patterns with about half the weight that you usually would use, you really are aware of what you're squeezing and what you aren't squeezing when you're using the heavier weights. So it's a really good training tip to get you back into good form, but also challenge yourself in a different way, since you probably aren't using light weights very often. So there's my workout tip for the day. I'll have another tip later in the video, so stick around for that. But now we finally go home, finally eat this post-workout meal. Oh, nice. Nice. Whole Foods order secured. All right, let's get this inside. I want to show you guys what I get from Whole Foods. All right, so I was about to hop in the shower, but this just got delivered. So I wanted to show you everything really quickly, just run through a little grocery haul, a mini one. Because Whole Foods is too far for me to like drive to, so that's why we get it delivered, because there's certain things that you can't get anywhere else. I've got this vegan corn, which is one of the things you can't get anywhere but Whole Foods. Got some edamame just to add some color and some protein to any sort of stir fries. Not a big yogurt person, but every once in a while I get a little craving. And I wanted to try making a protein fluff, like a vegan protein fluff out of this. this. Then I've got my favorite cheese, which is Violife, by far. Way better than any other type of cheese. We use this for pizza, so we got the mozzarella. Mozzarella! These are nougat bars. These are phenomenal. The chocolate pretzel one's probably the best one, but all of them are really good. Like I showed you, Follow Your Heart Ranch. My favorite one is the Just Ranch, but they suck at creating their product and they never have it in any stores, where Follow Your Heart is always a Whole Foods, so it's nice. Then I've got my favorite barbecue sauce, because sauce is life. Then we got our miscellaneous greens. So we have some kale, some funky kale, one that I've never tried before. We got some asparagus, look how big these bad boys are. We got some mushrooms, which is gonna go into our meal that we're about to make. We have some tofuti, ricotta cheese. This stuff's really good. You can actually home make ricotta cheese with tofu and lemon juice and nutritional yeast. This is better. And then some sprouts put on stir fry, and finally some lasagna noodles, which is what we're about to make. So I'm gonna hop in the shower and then we're gonna make this together. All right, about to make some lasagna, but you know it's gonna take about 40 minutes to cook. So I wanted to have a scoop of the Violife chocolate protein, which I just ran out. Sad day, so I gotta put a new order in. Also got some Vivo creatine in here, so I'm gonna drink this right now, and let's make this lasagna. All right, so we have all our ingredients ready. I'm basically just gonna be layering this. I put some sauce on the bottom here so the noodles don't stick. We're just gonna layer everything equally. I also chopped up some kale, let's get some greens in there, and some mushrooms, just because I like that meaty kind of texture that they have to them. So I'm just gonna put it all together. All right, lasagna is made. I know that was kind of a mess, a little sloppy. I forgot about all the ingredients until I got to the second layer, but anyways, we've got the lasagna ready. This is gonna go in the oven at 400 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes, and it'll be done. All right, so me and Sam just went on a little bit of a walk around the neighborhood. Now I'm about to do a taste test for you guys. If you didn't catch it, I used lentils as the protein source. You could use like ground beef, like vegan ground beef or something like that, but the lentils for us. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's so good.
That's so good.
I feel like all pasta is exactly the same, just in different shapes, because you're literally having noodles in different shapes and then tomato sauce. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So I'm about to eat another plate of this. I just want to use this one because it looks pretty. I know lasagna is a pretty basic meal that you probably have seen before, you probably have made before. This is almost like just a reminder that it's such an easy dish that fills up a ton of calories. I have leftovers for tomorrow or tonight or whenever, and it's really easy to customize and get a lot of protein in there. All right, so we're gonna eat this, and then I'll come back with you with either a snack or the next meal in about an hour or two. Okay, so while I was eating, I put these garbanzo beans, these chickpeas, into the oven. So this is just one can of chickpeas drained, and then I just put them on a tray for 30 minutes, 25 minutes at 425 degrees. Okay, now here's where people mess up roasted chickpeas. They put the seasoning on before they roast them, and instead, if you roast them first with just maybe a little bit of olive oil, the more you use, the more crunchy it is. I just did like a quick spray on top. Then these are well cooked, but your spices aren't burnt. And then you can add your seasoning afterwards and give it a nice toss. Now guys, if you have not seen this yet at Trader Joe's, go to Trader Joe's, get this. It is so freaking fire. It's got this really bright lemony citrus flavor to it, but then it's just got like a very full taste all the way around. All right, and there you have it. Super simple, very easy snack. You can take this with you on the go and stuff. And this is a super cheap version of the roasted chickpea products that you're buying at the store. All right, so we just chopped up the vegetables, about to make this big bowl, but you know it all comes down to the sauce. So today I'm trying out a hollandaise sauce that Liv B actually made. It's her recipe. We're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna put it on our plate, but first let's make the sauce. So it's half a cup of cashews, half of a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of some lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, a little pinch of salt, and finally a cup of some warm water. We blend. Okay, so initial reaction, it's pretty liquidy. Maybe I screwed up the ratios? It's definitely too liquidy though. I might need to add some cornstarch. Okay, so I took another look at the instructions and it says to cook the sauce down for 5 minutes after you blend it. I'm hoping that this will thicken it up enough that it looks the way it looks on the pictures. It's pretty watery now, so 5 minutes of this. All right, then in the other frying pan, as our source of protein, we have a block of super extra firm tofu actually, so it's got a little bit more protein. Got half a block cut up into these kind of large flaps, minced garlic on there, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit of some soy sauce as well. This is gonna be like a garlic soy sauce tofu. And then over there I just got a couple stalks or trees of asparagus. And then over here on the sauce side of things, I was wrong. This is actually perfect. This is exactly the texture she was promising. 5 minutes on the frying pan. We got a good sauce. Okay, bowl assembly time. So over here we have about, I'd say a little over a cup of pinto beans that I already had cooked up. I also had quinoa already cooked up, so I just heated these up in the microwave. This is probably just under 2 cups of quinoa over here and some mushrooms in the middle. Just gonna mix all of this up. All right, then I have some chopped up red cabbage. I've got a bell pepper that I chopped up into squares. All right, and now we take our firmed up, nice and thick hollandaise sauce and apply liberally all over. Little garnish of sprouts in the middle. Look at that, that's a big king's plate right there. Let's go check it out. All right, look at that beauty. Big old plate. Gotta eat big to get big. Let's give it a taste test. All right, cheers to you guys. I could drink that sauce. When it comes to vegan food, it's all about the sauces. All right, so I got a ton of food right there. I'm gonna eat that right after I talk to you guys about something that I feel like I've been needing to talk about on the channel for a long time, and I haven't really addressed it yet, but let me know if you guys would like a whole video about this. But people always come into the comment section and ask, when you go vegan or vegetarian, do you need to worry about mixing your protein sources to make sure that you get a complete protein? Because if you don't know already, protein is made up of amino acids. Every different type of food has a different amino acid profile, and plants do not have a complete makeup of the essential 9 essential amino acids. So this leads to a lot of confusion because people are always wondering, you know, if I miss on one of those amino acids, am I basically not gonna get the gains because I didn't get those amino acids? And since like the 80s or 90s, there's been a whole, you know, thing about mixing your protein sources as a vegetarian, and that kind of carried over into the vegan world. So what's the actual answer, right? But the complex answer is that you should be aware a little bit. So let's look into 3 different protein sources on Chronometer, and we can see what that amino acid breakdown looks like. Okay, we're on Chronometer right now. We're looking at 250 calories of cooked lentils, and that's about 22 grams of protein. Now, if you look at this amino profile, you'll see that it has almost 100% of your daily needed cysteine, but you're getting very little of some other ones like methionine. You're getting 0% of tryptophan. And so if you were just eating lentils as its own meal, then it wouldn't be a proper protein. If we do the same thing for tofu, you can see we have 23 grams or so of protein from tofu, and then we have a very little amount of cysteine. So 2 protein sources that are vegan, one has almost all the cysteine you need, one has almost none of it. And the final thing that I want to look at is a scoop of VivoLife protein. Just to make a point here, this is 25 grams of protein, very little cysteine because cysteine is found in so many different grains and lentils. And then you'll see we're hitting a bunch of different protein sources here. A little bit low on lysine, but really nice on most of the other things. Now, my point of showing you that is just to demonstrate that all types of protein sources have different amino profiles. So basically what we come down to from doctors and research is that as long as by the end of the day, you're getting your essential amino acids and you're getting a good mix of them, you're good. The problem is a lot of people try to think of each meal has to be perfectly balanced. So that's not the case, and that actually makes your life a lot harder. So if you just think about the fact by the end of the day, you are addressing all your amino acids, you'll be good. But then this is also the reason that I use supplements. Of course, all of us vegans like to say you don't need to use supplements and you can eat whole foods, but for me, it's so nice to have that insurance at the end of the day where I don't need to track everything on Chronometer. I can just have a scoop or 2 of VivoLife protein or their BCAAs, their amino acid supplement, and that makes sure that I'm hitting all of my amino needs. And then I'm just making sure that I'm counting the general protein and getting enough by the end of the day. Okay, that being said, that was a little bit more than I wanted to get into in this video. But again, if you guys want me to cover this in way more depth, I will do another video about it so that you guys can make sure you're getting jacked, you're not wasting any time at the gym, and your protein is going right into those gains. Okay, you boys about to eat this, and then I think we have one more meal or maybe some snacks. Don't hold me to it. Let's find out what we get into. Okay, I've got one of the weirdest things ever going on. First, as always, love that sunset. You know, it's one of my things. Check it out. Ooh, girl. And second off, look at what I've got going on here. All right, so this is insane. I've always wanted to see what happens with this. Okay, so this is aquafaba whipped cream. Now, you may have heard of this before, but aquafaba is the drained water from a can of beans. So I use chickpeas. Yeah, literally this is just water that I then whipped for about 10 minutes. I've now just added about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 3 stevia packets. And then I'm gonna add a half scoop of my Vivo protein, vanilla protein, whip it for another 5 minutes or so. We should have some protein fluff. Okay, final result. I was down there watching the sunset for at least 20 minutes whipping this. My hand was aching. My immersion blender, I felt like it was literally on its last legs. And I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. And I put it in the bowl. I took that shot that I just showed you guys, and now it's reverted back to water. Can't even show you what it looks like on the inside because it's already, I guess I'll taste test it. It's just liquid now. This is like the most vegan thing I've ever done on my channel, eating sweetened bean water. I think you just have to beat it for longer. I think you have to use like one of those on the countertop beaters and let it beat for like 25, 30 minutes on high. Either way, we tried, and it's the thought that counts. So on the side, because I knew I guaranteed needed some calories, I have 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Simple, easy, trustworthy, always there for you. And then a bunch of hemp hearts all over the plate, just so it looked nice, but it also get a couple extra protein and fats in there. Hey, yeah. So that is it, my friends. That's everything I'm gonna eat. I'll probably have maybe 1 scoop of protein with a little bit of milk later. I'm gonna have my omega-3s, my D3, and my B12 from Vivo Life. So if you wanna check out Vivo Life, they have all the best vegan supplements in the world. Link and discount code in the description below. And for those of you who are wondering, I'm eating around 4,000 to 4,400 calories on any given day, depending on how I'm gonna train that day. If there's more cardio or heavier weightlifting, I'll eat a little bit more. So if you enjoyed it, give it a big old thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Tell me what I did with that aquafaba that made it screw up. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you beautiful people in the very next video. Peace.
Team Beyond Week. CT Heavy.